even if you don't like hang out all the time, and that's intimidating for me as someone, an outsider, to come in and be like, hey guys, to try to sort of fit in. So I don't know.
Get a beer at the pub. trying to be like you, and I'm like, and I don't understand all of the interpersonal relationships, and it's like, who doesn't like whom? Yeah. Tell me, because I'm sure there's some of that. But no, it seems like you all. When I first watched. Wait, was there a glance that I missed? When I, are you going to tell me who doesn't like whom?
Dan, you weren't on microphone though.
Do I want a microphone? I was just saying that I hate Chris.
Oh, okay. When I first saw, it's okay. Everybody hates Chris. He's used to it.
The gifts.
Crab scar.
Okay.
Yeah. Crab scar. It's a thing. Ship that.
When I first saw Becoming YouTube, I was like, oh my God, all these, like, he actually got all of them to sit together, not together, but sit with him and answer these questions, and I'm sure it wasn't easy, it was a hard job, but I got really jealous. I honestly did. When I first saw it, I was like, I wish I was from London, because then I could be a part of that. And then I got to be a part of it, because I came to London, yeah. Thanks.
I think we're a very friendly and close and quite a tight community here in England. I think that is something to be quite jealous of. I mean, we definitely have our cliques. You know, there's kind of, or at least it appears that way. You've got like the Cheremons and the Foursome and the Blitz, which is mine. It's a real thing. And yeah, but I think it is a very it is much more like a family because we all kind of like live a lot closer as well. Like in like America, say, like you have like the LA lot. But, then there's also the New York lot, and there's also spread apart. But in England, you have the London lot, which is basically everyone. Yeah, and that's really cool. I think it's really great that we all work together, and we don't seem to have any real rivalries either. We all like working together, and no one's like success threatens anyone else's. I think we all just like making stuff, and that's good. No one's trying to tread on anyone else, right?
Yes.
I mean.
British YouTubers do seem like I will often watch like other YouTubers' videos and be kind of jealous that they've done something so awesome, but also like really proud of them. There doesn't seem to be much competition. Like it's quite a supportive sort of community. Now, having said that, like competition can be healthy. So maybe that's something that the British YouTube community is lacking and not for the better. But I think it's quite nice that like if we see a YouTuber coming up who's really good, we'll shout them out where possible, and we'll support them as far as we can. And I'm not sure necessarily you get that to quite such an extent in the States.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time, and this is mostly past, when there was a lot of competition and sort of infighting, and there were groups that didn't like each other in Los Angeles, and that's less so now. There are so many of them that like there's less interaction between those groups. This is very inside baseball. Sorry. Baseball also, you don't know what that is. But yeah, in general, it's just, there's so much, adoration and growth and like, there are resources available right now that it would be really dumb to fight over something when it's all growing so fast and we're all having such a great time. And it's really, this is a very special moment, I feel like, in the history of entertainment, that we get to be a part of this brand new thing, and not just be a part of it, but also sort of define what it gets to be. So that's what we're doing right now. It's great.
Casper, what are your thoughts on in terms of, because obviously Casper is from South Africa, where there isn't so much, not a smaller YouTube community, but very little kind of a YouTube.
Is the YouTube community?
Yeah, well, Casper is the YouTube community pretty much.
Yeah, a few people. I came over here like last year, and I met like some people I just liked hanging out with, and I feel like my little group of friends on YouTube, who you probably all know, have collaborated the best out of everyone else, and I'm just really proud to say that. And that's not because we wanted to all gain as many subscribers as we could. It's just because we hung out more, and I think it shouldn't be something that's forced, because as soon as that happens, it becomes business. And my group definitely, I think, should be the envy. Like, we really enjoy making videos and it works for everyone, so it's pretty good. I think the British community should be the envy of, especially, yeah, everyone else. That's why I came and joined it, because I wanted to be a part of something that cool.
Brilliant. Okay, so we'll move on to the last question now before we open up for Q&A from the audience. You down there. So the last question of our Becoming YouTube panel is, how concerned should we be about the gender gap on YouTube, which of course is referring to the relative lack compared to the number of guys really exploding on YouTube to the girls. I mean, obviously, there's people on this panel who are an exception to that. But yeah,
Hey.
so I'll open up with Ben. You sexist, Ben.
I think a woman should answer this question
Okay,
first.
sorry, we'll open up
I
with
think-
Emma. She's not spoken
I think
too
they
much.
should lead the debate, Luke.
Emma, could you lead this debate?
Okay, how concerned should we be? About the gender gap. Well, that's really, really difficult for me to answer because I don't really have an insight into it. Being a woman, I probably should. I probably should feel more inclined about it, but I don't feel as though I have had such a hard time being a female YouTuber, as many female YouTubers have said. They said it's been a struggle, we've had more hate complaints. I don't feel I've been treated any differently to my male counterparts in terms of hate or anything.
I was talking to you backstage, and you were talking about having a stalker who knew where you lived.
Yeah, I had one guy.
She only had one guy who threatened to barbecue her face.
Just one.
Which is many more, like infinitely more than I had.
Yeah,
And like if
you
I
had
had
none. I had
400,
one.
if I had 400 people watching my videos and one of them threatened to barbecue my face, I would not keep making videos. I would go work at Topshop.
Well, I'm a soldier then, aren't I? I dealt with it.
I mean, I honestly, like, I've heard and I've talked to a lot of my friends on YouTube who are women and who got a lot more hate. And I'm not saying that, like,
of course, no. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm not saying that there's, like, I think maybe you're better at ignoring it or just dealing with it or like, you know.
I do feel like
But,
maybe
like,
I've had it like
on
maybe
average,
lucky or
yeah.
maybe of more. But I mean, what I'm saying is from a personal aspect, I can't turn around and say I felt victimized, I felt hated, because I haven't. I felt completely welcomed into this community. In terms of like maybe the way that things are segregated with beauty gurus and things like that. Oh, evil part. I'm just looking at you now. I don't see it as they should be separated, but at the same time, the same people that say, oh, you shouldn't separate them. You'd separate male gamers from male vloggers. You'd separate male filmmakers from male vloggers. You'd separate anything. I separate filmmakers from gamers, from vloggers, and everything. I don't know where I'm going with this. You can just jump in. I elaborate on this.
I think being a makeup guru on YouTube is it's a tried and tested route, and there are a lot of women who are very successful as makeup gurus on YouTube. What interests me is how few female filmmakers there are in comparison. And when sort of only 17% of the top 100 most subscribed channels are women or are predominantly female, yes, we should be worried about the gender gap. Subscribers and view counts are not everything. Of course they're not. But they do, the top 100 will reflect the next 100, and the 100 after that, and the 100 after that. And I mentioned this on the Becoming YouTube panel at VidCon, but there have been 86 Academy Awards. And in all that time, the Best Director Oscar has been won by a woman once, 5 or 6 years ago. And that bothers me. And of course, it's really difficult to argue that, especially as a guy, I know that, because you'll get a lot of people saying, well, surely women should be allowed to do whatever they want to do. Who are you to say that women should be directors if they want to be makeup artists or whatever else? And of course, that's absolutely right. But it does make me feel very uncomfortable that female filmmakers just aren't as successful and aren't as encouraged, and you know, on YouTube as well, as their male counterparts. And I think it's a problem, and it's something that it's certainly a discussion that all of us should engage in. And it's a really difficult discussion to engage in.
I think that part of the thing that's